Hello, cancer fans. So today's the big day. I go in for my eighth round of chemo. Feeling pretty good health-wise. I bit my tongue yesterday, and it actually doesn't hurt today, so that's a good thing. But changed my meds. I'm taking oxycodone instead of hydrocodone. So that's a little bit different. The oxycodone is not as strong, so it doesn't last as long, and I can still feel the pain through what we were prescribed. So I'm taking an extra half of a pill. So I'm taking 7.5 instead of 5. Still feeling pretty good. Just very stressful. I wish we would have found out the results of this a week ago.
It's been a very long wait.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks, actually.
Yeah, I've been hard to sleep. I've been having weird dreams, and so today's the big day. We go in and find out whether my cancer is responding to the chemo. Anyways, we're going into the cancer center today to get my 8th chemotherapy session, and we're also going to find out the results of the PET scan. Our fingers are crossed. Like I said, we wish we would have found out last week. It's been a very long week, very stressful, it does funny things to your mind when you're, it's not like waiting on Christmas or waiting on the bill for your car repairs. It's life or death kind of thing, and adds a lot of tension to it, and adds a different aspect to the whole thing that's very stressful and very, can't even put it into words. It's very crappy. So.
And it's been over 2 weeks now, hasn't it? Or just 2 weeks, or close to 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's been close to 2 weeks. It's been like 11 days, something like that.
And we've checked the portal over and over and over.
Yeah, nothing's been posted on the portal. Nothing's been said to us. So fingers crossed today. I still feel good. But as soon as my pain meds stop working, or I stop taking them, or I skip one, or I forget one, or whatever, it starts hurting. And I'll be honest, and I've said it before, it hurts worse than it did before when we started all the chemo and the medicine and everything. So I'm hopeful because I feel good, but I know that the pain meds have a lot to do with me feeling good. I think that's why a lot of people go in for their results of their PET scan and they're surprised that they're not getting better, is because of the pain meds. They make you feel great, and you feel no pain. Before I started taking pain meds, before we went to the emergency room, before all this stuff happened, before I was diagnosed, I was restricted to sleeping on my left side all the time, because if I slept on my right side, it would cause me incredible pain, and it would take a long time for the pain to go away. Now with my pain meds, I can sleep any way, upside down, whatever, and I still feel great in the morning. So that's that's an indicator of what exactly the pain meds are doing. They're definitely taking care of all the pain. Pain is gone.
Plus, your poops are a little bit bigger, so something's shrinking down there. Something's going on.
Yeah. My poops have been much better lately. They aren't pencil width. They're more like marker width.
Yay.
So yeah, that's definitely an improvement. So we'll see. I want to be optimistic, but I don't want to get there and be crushed. I don't want to be too optimistic. And like I said in my other video, even if the results say that my cancer is not responding to the chemo, I still feel pretty good about my chances. I think if the chemo's not working, then we just stop doing the chemo, and then we try to let my body do the rest. If the chemo's not working and we have to get off the chemo and let my body do the rest, I'll definitely be making a few more lifestyle changes. I'm going to start eating only healthier food, no more junk food, no more
which I've been trying to get him to do all along, but it's hard. It's hard to make so many changes at once.
It is, for sure. Yeah. And then my life has changed so much. But, there's things that I can do. There's more things that I can do that I will be doing if the if the cancer's not responding to the chemo. I should be doing them anyways, but I just can't bring myself to not eat junk food. I love junk food. I love candy, and I love Doritos, and I love Funyuns, and all of those delicious things that I like to eat.
Plus, I'm in the middle of making some changes as far as cleaning products and toothpaste and things we put on our body. Any source of toxic chemicals I'm trying to eliminate and get out of our lives.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hopefully that'll help.
Yeah, it's crazy if you look at the ingredients and some of just the stuff that we use every day. It's amazing that some of the stuff is allowed to even be used. The government, I think, gets a big check from a lot of these places, especially, well, it's a whole different subject.
And they allow a lot of stuff that shouldn't be allowed as long as it's under the minimum or whatever. But then they, if you use it every single day, it adds up. That's like putting toxic load in your body every single day over and over and over. That does harm after,
especially when you're
so many
teetering
years.
on life and death like I am.
Right.
I feel like that stuff can make or break my recovery.
Well, we got to get going
Yep.
because we have about 25-minute drive over to the cancer center, and then we'll find out. So we'll let you guys know. Keep your fingers crossed and say your prayers. We appreciate it.
Yep.
We'll see you soon.
Bye. Hello. This is the end of our PET scan update. I went to chemo yesterday. It's Tuesday morning now. When we got back from chemo, I ate my lunch, what do you call it, honey, where I get to eat whatever I want after chemo?
Your after chemo meal?
I got to eat my after chemo meal. I had Barrow's Pizza.
Oh yeah, I couldn't even remember what it was.
And it was horrible. So I've come to the conclusion that I can't eat my favorite foods after chemo because they always taste like crap, and then I don't want them anymore.
Yeah.
So I've ruined sushi, and now I think I've ruined Barrow's Pizza as well. What was the burritos that we were getting?
Chipotle.
With my Chipotle burritos. I don't want Chipotle burritos anymore.
The last ones weren't that good, even for me.
So yeah, it seems like every time I eat my favorite food after chemo, I end up not liking it anymore because someone mentioned that they call it, that everything tastes like powder. I think that's pretty good description because it feels like the inside of my mouth is covered with powder. And then when I eat stuff, it has a weird consistency, like the feeling in my mouth is weird. Anyways, so I got back from chemo yesterday, and I ate my food, and then I took a nap for the rest of the day. Actually, I couldn't fall asleep. I was stressing about some other stuff. I actually got a call from my primary physician, his assistant or whatever, and she informed me that I wasn't going to be able to get pain meds for 3 months until I passed 3 months worth of drug tests, because they found marijuana in my blood test. So I informed her that marijuana is legal in Arizona for recreational use and for medical use, and she said that if I had a medical marijuana card, that's fine. Otherwise, I would need to talk to the doctor. And I said, okay, well, I want to talk to the doctor. And she said, okay, well, you just give us a call in 3 months after you've had your 3 months worth of clean drug tests. And I said, are you seriously telling me that you're not going to let me get pain medication for my colon cancer? And she said, well, if you want to wait and talk to the doctor about it, that's your preference or your prerogative. And she was totally trying to troll me into losing my temper. It just floored me that they would actually tell me that they weren't going to prescribe me pain medication because I take a hit of my marijuana e-cigarette at lunch with my lunch pills every day. And I don't even take it every day. It's like, it's gotten now where I don't like the buzz, but I like I like everything else. It calms me down, gives me an appetite, makes me calm. I just like it. It gives me puts me in a different mood. Instead of trying to take a nap all day, I feel more energized. So I think it's really wrong for them to do that.
Yeah, he was a jerk.
Yeah,
for sure. So, anyways, we canceled.
Yeah, we don't use ClearPath Medical Center anymore.
Yeah, and it's just so funny because we've never even seen that doctor. We've only seen the it's not a nurse practitioner. It's
registered nurse.
no, physician's assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've only ever seen her, and then this guy
And
is
yeah,
like,
and I even mentioned, I told her, I made no secret of it that I used the marijuana for mood and for everything else. I mean, it really is kind of like I think it's got some great benefits. I don't, you know, I can account for every single one of my pain pills. I still have a half of a thing of hydrocodone. You know, there's no missing pills. I'm not
Right.
abusing any drugs. And then for her to tell me, well, you're welcome to talk to your physician about it in 3 months after you pass 3 months worth of drug tests for a drug that's legal in this state. You know, I understand that there's federal laws against it or whatever, but we live in Arizona, and he's going to keep my pain meds away from me for 3 months because I tested positive for marijuana, which I've been telling his assistant since we started going there, that I use it, that I use marijuana for medical purposes. I use it every day. Well, not every day, but I use it when I need to. Yeah, every couple days I'll take one hit of marijuana with my lunch meds. And she never said, well, you might want to not do that because, or you might want to talk to the doctor or anything like that. So now for them to jump in and say, I'm sorry, but you're not going to get your pain meds for 3 months, that's ridiculous. It's not acceptable. That doctor is an asshole, and he's a scumbag and a douchebag, and I hate that freaking place.
Yeah, just to treat you like you're like this common criminal drug addict, meth user off the street or something.
Yeah, and I even told her, you know what, I can account for
bizarre.
every one of my pills if you want to take a look at my pain pills, because there's some pain pills. The last time we got hydrocodone, I wanted something that didn't contain acetaminophen.
Good job, honey. You always call it aspirin.
But we wanted to switch pain meds, so I have like a half a month's worth of hydrocodone, and she said, well, just hang on to it for a while and make sure that you don't need it anymore, and then when you decide that you don't need it for sure, you can just dump soap in it. You just take some dish soap and dump it in your container of pills and throw it in the trash. So I still have those pills.
The only thing I can think of is maybe they're more particular, because she was saying that the hydrocodone doesn't have as much street value as the oxycodone because it has that acetaminophen in it. So maybe since we switched to this semi-stronger oxycodone, maybe they're more
Which it's not stronger, I can tell you. That hydrocodone was much better than the oxycodone.
I know you're having problems with
yeah,
pain
I can
still.
feel the tumors still with the oxycodone.
So that was really stressful.
Yeah, so I had trouble falling asleep. I basically just laid in bed all day yesterday, trying not to go nuts and ballistic and postal. So rough day yesterday. Didn't film the rest of this video, but I wanted to film the rest of the video because we did have the PET scan. We got the results. We went to my chemo yesterday, and our doctor sat us down and went over the results. I would say mixed results. Deanna thinks that it's very good, and it's definitely good because one tumor is possibly a tiny bit bigger, but Deanna says it's not as dense, so that's a good thing. And I tell you, my poops have been much better. It's not. It doesn't have to be almost diarrhea for it to come out anymore. It comes out in normal. It comes out about half the size of a normal. Yeah, it comes out. It comes out. Hey, I told you this is gonna. I'm not holding anything back.
Everybody poops.
Yep. So it comes out much better, much larger. So the less dense must mean that it's more flexible. So it opens up better for things to work their way out. So that tumor is, I think it's a little bit bigger than it was before.
I think it's just kind of changed shape or something.
Or it's changed shape. Yeah, if it is bigger, it's not very much bigger. And I think Dan's right. I think it's just, it looks like the same amount of mass to me. I mean, not density, but the mass. So the lower colon one is, it is what it is. It seems to be working because I can poop a lot better now, and that's a very good thing. But the big thing was the liver tumor. And also I had that little tumor on my, what's that called again, honey?
Urethra.
On my urethra that was there. The tumor on my urethra is basically gone. You can barely see it in the PET scan anymore. And then the one on my liver is incredibly gone. It's I would say way less than half the size. I would say 1/4 of the size that it was before. The paperwork, the report doesn't say that, but there's some discrepancies in the report that we're not sure about where they're getting
Yeah,
their
the
numbers from.
measurements were off. They said that the previous measurement was 8.6 by 4.7 centimeters, but that's not what the first report says from the first PET scan. It says that it was 12 point something. I can look right here. Yeah, the original PET scan says it was 12.4 by 7.5 centimeters.
It's pretty freaking big.
Yeah, and then this other one. So I don't know. Two different people read them. I don't know what the heck's going on with that, but that just,
that's just
I
the
just
way.
don't have faith in these people anymore.
It's hard to have faith when they missed that. They missed the urethra tumor completely. No one said anything about that until we brought it to our doctor's attention. And now they actually mentioned it in the second report. So
right.
he must have mentioned it to them.
Size measurements are not the same.
Yeah, there's weird size measurements.
The doctor, the whole point of this PET scan was to see if it was shrunk enough so that he can consult with the surgeon. And so we asked him about that, and he wants us to consult with the surgeon. And we're like, well, do you have anybody that you can recommend? Because he is.
He's like, no.
Yeah,
I can find some people
colorectal oncologist. That's his specialty. It seems like he would have a network of people that he likes to, refer people to. But no, he had nobody to refer us to.
And Deanna even asked him, so what do? We look it up in the yellow pages.
Yeah, do we pick one out of the phone book?
How do we,
And he's all, oh, well, one is good as the other, which...
Yeah, I don't believe that, yeah.
One is not good as the other.
So, yeah, that was a little disappointing, but not surprising. He's been kind of half service or whatever you want to call it the whole way. So, I know he's got a lot of patience and everything, and it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But he's good enough. I like the cancer center or the chemo and everything.
Except... last chemo, not this one, but the time before, they put up the 3 bags or whatever the nurse did for Russell, to get dripped into. And she didn't even let one flow. And then at the end, she just kind of like put it away.
Yeah, it was the dexamethasone or whatever.
Yeah,
it was the steroid.
And that's important.
Yeah, and the bag was full.
Yeah.
She ended up not giving me any steroid. I don't know what kind of mistake that she made that it wasn't flowing into the rest of my stuff, but when it was all said and done, she just took that full bag down and stuck it in the trash bag. And so
hoped nobody noticed.
Yeah, I was like, don't I need that? I didn't say anything because I don't know why. I should have probably said something.
Like everyone keeps saying, you really need to advocate for yourself, and stand up for yourself and say, hey, what about this one?
Usually I'm pretty good about that.
Yeah.
But just whatever. This time I wasn't.
And you think, you want to have faith in them and think that they know what they're doing and they're not going to make these kind of mistakes. But when you see this on the report, that's like a 4 centimeter difference. That's huge when you're talking about a mass in your liver.
And we're going to post the pictures from both scans so you can see the difference. This scan, there's a huge difference.
Yeah.
You can see.
We could see it right away. It was like, wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. It's exactly what we wanted. It was exactly what we dreamed for my liver. My colon, nah.
But the doctor said he's not even sure that Russell would be a candidate for surgery. He knows nothing about that, so we're just going to have to consult with somebody.
And we found a guy.
Yeah, we found a guy that is board certified and all this stuff.
And our insurance, I think our insurance...
he takes access, but I don't know if he takes our plan of access.
Right, so we might have to do something with that to get him. But yeah, he's got 4.9 stars, so,
lots of little certifications behind his name.
Yeah, he's got lots of letters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, good news. I was extremely happy that the liver, it's hard for me to understand because when I stopped taking my pain pills, my liver freaking hurts. Right. There's no question. My liver is, it hurts. Maybe it just needs to heal or something. I don't know. After chemo, maybe the chemo's just tearing it up so much that it's raw or something. I don't know.
Very possible.
But
think of what it does inside your mouth and everything,
Yeah, like right now, my tongue burns.
Yeah.
And my tongue's fine. I haven't bitten it. I have nothing.
So today's Tuesday, one day after chemo. He still has his pump and everything on. It's all hooked up.
Yep. Got my little chemo pouch.
Yeah.
So it was good news from the PET scan. I was prepared for bad news when I with my colon or with my liver hurting the way that it does when I stopped
Mm-hmm.
taking my meds. I was really worried about my liver. And when you're worried about something like that, every time I look in the mirror, I swear, are my eyes getting yellow? Is my skin getting
Yeah.
yellow? I'm constantly worried about
You're like
that.
hyper aware of everything.
Yeah. And now after seeing that liver thing, my liver is kicking cancer's ass. Um, my colon,
Yay.
not so much. But it's
Yeah,
like Deanna
but
said, maybe
yeah.
it's a matter of density. The newer tumors weren't as dense as the one around my colon, which is probably 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. It's been
Right.
growing for 9 years, and so that one might take a little bit more.
And hopefully they can surgically remove that. But Russell doesn't want to have surgery, and I can't blame him. But he probably will. But we're gonna wait until he wants to see what the remainder of the chemo does through the
Yeah,
12
I'm
sessions.
okay with doing 12 more sessions of chemo
Well,
before I
it
have
won't be 12
surgery,
more. It'll
or
be,
5 more.
yeah, 5 more. No,
4?
4 more. This is number 8, so 4 more.
Yeah, 4 more. I'm okay with 4 more. I don't think it's gonna make, well, maybe, if it's less dense than it was now by 2%, I believe.
Well, the density was the colon one is 6 SUV is the uptake value compared to 8.3. So I don't know
So it's
exactly what the
down
measurement of.
2.3 SUV.
Yeah.
So who knows? In another 4 sessions of chemo, maybe the density's breaking down and it will just dissipate like like the liver one, and then I don't think there'll be any question that we can get someone to do surgery.
Right.
But I don't want to start pushing, trying to get a surgeon right now, and then have him turn me down or whatever, and then try to go back in later. And I just don't want that. I'd rather have everything, all my ducks in a row, and all my T's crossed and I's dotted, and they'd be right there, and see then whether we can get somebody.
Yeah.
I think we'll have a lot better chance then.
Even if they can just remove the colon cancer, the original tumor, because it looks like the liver tumor is really responding to the chemo. So if they can just totally wipe out the colon tumor, that'd be really good.
Yeah, let's get rid of that
And that's a
sucker. That thing's
lot
huge.
less surgery than messing around with the liver.
Yeah, the
and
liver
everything.
one's scary. Yeah, I was not looking forward to liver surgery. I mean, I'm not looking forward to colon surgery, but if I get the colon surgery and after my chemo, then hopefully that will give my body, a much better chance of or much quicker healing and everything. So I'm not worried about busting my colon and having my poop leak out in my.
Yeah, that'd be like an emergency situation.
Yeah, that could be death
Well,
situation.
the general surgeon that we saw in the hospital, he said that just based on the structure and where the colon tumor is, that he wouldn't need to have a colostomy bag or anything, because they can just take it out and stitch it back up, and then you just heal. So that's really encouraging, but we don't know. That was the general surgeon, so
Right.
that was just
So we'll see what they say after the 4 sessions are done. Yeah.
And so today we're taking Bindi. She's going to go to the groomers. She's
a little
she's
dog
right
dog.
Here.
Oh, sorry.
She's right here.
She's sleeping in her spot on the back of the couch.
She goes at 10 today to get all beautiful.
Yep. Well, I'm not worried about her being beautiful. I just want her to not smell so much.
She doesn't smell, but she
Dogs
is
all
getting
smell.
a little dirty, and she doesn't like me messing with her eyes, so she gets yucky stuff in the corners of her eyes, but that all goes away when she gets her bath at the groomers. So.
Yeah, they clean her up good.
Yeah, and make her smell really good.
So all in all, very good. Chemo is going great. Cancer is responding to the chemo. My lower colon cancer is kind of scary looking to me still. If it's smaller, it's not much smaller. Maybe like millimeters smaller. It looks bigger to me. But the good news is that the urethra cancer tumor is all but gone.
Shaking. Yeah.
So.
And the liver tumor just looks more translucent, like you can almost see through it.
It's just basically gone.
It's like it's just melting away.
Yeah, if you look at the size of the other one, the other one was like the size of a grapefruit. I mean, the first images of my liver tumor were the size of a grapefruit, right? I mean, at least the size of a grapefruit. It was huge. I mean, you could feel it too through my
Right.
skin. You could like feel around on it, and it was giant.
Yeah. Well,
Scary.
12.7 centimeters
Yeah, and
by
now
7.5 centimeters. That's big.
yeah. So now when you look at it, it's way, 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 way smaller. And it's
Yeah.
like Deanna said, it's translucent. It's not dense anymore. It's
Mhm.
I think 4 more sessions of chemo that thing's gonna be all but gone. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask. So, someone posted that chemo shrinks tumors and radiation kills tumors, and of course surgery just gets rid of it, removes it. So is that true that chemo does not remove cancer? So if I have my liver cancer look gone on the
You're
oh,
shaking a
sorry.
lot.
I
That's
know, that's
all.
the chemo
Do you want
thing.
me to hold it?
Yeah. So that's my question. Does the liver cancer does the cancer go away with chemo? Because if the liver cancer is so far gone that it's not visible on the PET scan, how will they know what to remove? They can't just go in there and cut a bunch off and just cross their fingers that they got it. So my hope is that we don't have to do any surgery on the liver.
Mm-hmm.
But if we do have to do surgery on the liver, would it be better to do it right now when the cancer is still
When they can
visible?
see it better.
Yeah, instead of
Yeah. Well, the doctor did say a couple of times ago that a couple of visits ago that it takes a lot of cells, like millions of cells, cancer cells, for it to even show up on the PET scan. So.
yeah. So that's my question: is does the cancer need to be radiationed away or removed by surgery, or can chemotherapy get rid of the cancer plus my body's own immune system and whatnot?
Right.
Do I actually need surgery or radiation to get rid of the cancer? There's no other options?
Well, he did say that surgery's better, and he talked about some sort of ablation, radiation ablation, or something like that.
But he said he doesn't like the radiation.
Yeah, he said that would be a last resort,
Yeah.
and it's harder on you than surgery. So.
But with the radiation, they wouldn't have. Well, actually, that was on my liver that he was talking about, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was the liver.
Oh yeah, because he said he drew a little diagram and said that we should have got that little diagram. Doesn't matter though. He said that what they do is they go in and they put these little blockers that in the artery or vein. I don't know which one feeds and which one takes away, but whenever if it's the artery or the vein that feeds the liver, so where the tumor is, they put little blockers in there that reduce the blood flow so that that part of the liver isn't, and the tumor isn't getting blood flow, and then it kind of dies. So,
yeah.
That was my understanding.
Yeah, that was the liver one, and the liver one is the least scary of them all right now. I mean, there's only actually one other one now, because I think the one in my urethra is basically gone. I mean, it was the same as my colon. It was around the tube of the urethra.
Yeah, I still don't think it's the urethra. Russell's convinced, but it just doesn't seem like that's where it would be. It's kind of more towards the back. The urethra you would think would be in the front because it leads from the bladder to the outside of your
you'll be able to see what's on the thing. I don't know where it is, but there was definitely 2 tumors there, and one of them is basically gone now. The smaller one.
It could just be like another part of the colon or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're not anatomy experts
or
anything, nor are we in the medical profession. We don't look at this stuff every day.
Right, and the pictures are, because like the organs are invisible unless it has some kind of radiation or whatever so that the PET scan picks it up. Basically, all the interior organs are invisible. They have one scan where it's like you can scroll down and it like starts at your head and it takes like slices and it shows you slices all the way down, and you can see the tumors on that. And the one on my colon, my lower colon, is still, still there.
Right.
But where are they going with this, honey? So, anyways,
I don't know. I'm only half listening.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the clock because we have to go.
Yeah.
Soon.
So that's our video. That's our update. Everything is going great. I still feel great. And if you're wondering why I look so like I just climbed out of bed, it's because I can't take a shower because I have my thing in, so I'm just dirty. But I did take a shower on Sunday, so I'm
You're not that
kind of
dirty.
clean.
Russell's never dirty. I don't know what it is.
She just doesn't see it because my skin's always brown. But now that my skin isn't brown anymore,
I know you're pink like me.
I know I'm getting red.
Pink. I know, yeah.
So, yep. So everything's great. Feeling good. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.